Hey guys, we're back. Gonna do something a little different today. I want to do a short little video, mainly because I want to test out some new export settings on my software and see if I can't bring up the quality a little bit, because it looks so much better as I play than when it does after YouTube hits it. So I want to play a little bit, and also I want to show off, or show you anyway, my underground area. My mine and how it connects into the new base, which is over here. And also we can take a look here. We got all the damage from Horde Night fixed up, and of course for this week added a new row of spikes on each side. So we'll be seeing that later tonight for Horde. You notice some of the forges are off because I start winding them down during Horde Day, just to bring the heat map down. So let's start off underneath the base here. Get on down to bedrock. Now the base really ended up in just the perfect spot starting out, because right here coming down, what could I run into? I ran into this massive ore vein right smack dab underneath the base, which all this was iron. This side leading out is coal. I get these other paths just in case I ever wanted to mine out from this. It's just the way I do it. I like setting up my bottom like this because it gives me a lot of freedom. But my main path heads east. I came out to this road and down south a little bit, and then followed this road all the way over, and it actually connects into this, and is now going down here, looking for shale. And that again is just if I wanted to, when I first started this, I wasn't sure that was going to be there. I was planning on it being here. So this was going to be my path south, but not anymore. This was the first huge chunk of iron, and it was iron and nitrate mixed here that I ran into. I put up these support pillars every 6 basically as I go. 6 in both directions. And I ran it all out, so I came up, followed the deposit up, and did the same thing up here, took out all the iron. There's still continued up more, but I don't like going too high. I mean, there's no reason to. I can get more. And so if I don't need to, dig up where they can start sensing me and try to dig down, then why should I? But yeah, I like to, again, these are every 6. And I finish the walls off as I go, just because that's just how I do it. I like it neat. All my tunnels are 3x3. I've got one of these inset roughly every 20. The spacing on that will vary a little bit when I run into deposits, because then there'll be more. Here again, I ran into more iron, but it was really small. There's still, and it'll probably still expand if I went back that way. You can still see some nitrate here, so there might be some more iron back there, but it was kind of small, so I never really did too much of that piece. This was lead. Look at the size of this. It had a little bit of coal, a little bit of iron mixed in, but 80% of the ore in here was lead. And this is where I'm currently working on my lead. I'm kind of just getting going. It goes even farther that way up here. I'm just kind of getting going to the top level of it. You can see here where the pillars come through the top, so I know that I'm continuing pillars in the same spots, so that structural stability stays. But got iron in there too with the lead. And I'll probably end up going over that way too, because I use a lot of lead now in this bulletproof glass. I need all the lead I can find. Let's see, now we're here. So we continue going east. I really miss having a dedicated bedrock texture, which, you know, this is, because I don't, let's see here, this is another iron vein I'm working on. This is my current iron spot, so lead's the one down there, this is iron. And you notice here, you know, with mining a bedrock, if you just mine in a straight line, you'll run into everything. You know, I really don't concern myself with where the deposits are up top. I mean, I'll hit them for some of the, you know, hit the nodes up top just for a little bit of quick hit. And I did, when I first started, this right here is a lead mine. And it's semi-messy. I mean, it's pretty much just a pit going down with a ladder shaft and a couple of support columns. But even that, it's wide open. The support columns going down. It just doesn't have the walls. But now we're heading over towards where the new base comes in. Right about here is where I took that screenshot where I had the glitching through the ground. You can see the other tunnel coming from the base. That was right about here. I was digging, I dug this from this direction going that way. And this goes up. And looking south here, this goes down here, and I'm actually, this was the path we came in, I'm actually going this way now, heading down here for shale. So now we're heading up to where the new base is going to be. I'm not doing probably my thing down here. I'll probably do a little bit wider than this with all concrete around it. But I'm not going to be mining underneath this tower here, because this is, it's going to be so tall that SI is really critical on this. I cannot afford to have it collapse when I get to a height. Just rather being a hole underneath. So now we're at the new base, which we might as well take a look at while we're here. I've got 3 sides of the entrances done, and the pit's done all the way around. And we'll come in here, and here it'll start going up. Well, it'll come straight across into a fighting pit here, still down at that level. And then it'll start coming up here. And this will actually be, okay, now this outer, like 5 or 6, will go down the same distance, about 5 or 6. This core will go down 5 or 6. The rest of this in here will only go down 1 more than this. It'll go down 3. It'll be concrete. And this then will go up. I think 5. Possibly 6 as a solid cube, which also will be the height where my ramp comes across here with the drawbridge for entrance, because this is all going to be spikes. So, you know, there's no entrance there. These are kind of a pain in the butt to do, these entrances. They're kind of a pain to dig out, and they, like everything else, are double thick and underneath. And eventually this whole hill here will be leveled off and got rid of, because I want to restore the road. If you see here, the road is broken. I want to rebuild that with asphalt. And this will be where my farm ends up going, over here somewhere. And for now I've got it on the, on top of the working base, so that's fine. You see, these are where I've still got to do these entrances. And what I do here at the frames, this is my outline, so I've got to dig into here. So this extra row is just to hold these frames. But this way when I'm digging, I can go underneath and look up and make sure I've got what I need dug out and not anymore. So I've still got 2 of those to do. But we're getting there. We'll take a little run back over to the main base here. This is more for the FPS test and the looks test, because down the tunnel you really can't tell how things are going to look anyway. Reminds me, I stop by this vending machine every day. This is my vending machine that I hit. Where is it? That's weird. Did something destroy the vending machine? It's like there should be more frames here. And so the ground is actually missing, I think. That's weird. This should have come out to about here. That should all be concrete. What the hell? I had a crash in this world because when I went to A19, 19.2, I first did it. I didn't put the Nitro world in, so I had to go back in and put the Nitro world in. The map file. And I didn't copy over the POIs, so I didn't realize it at the time, but I actually messed up my traders. And when I noticed it the other day, I hadn't been to a trader in a while, and I went and I couldn't access them. I traced it back to that's when I traded the world, and put the world back in for 19.2, and put the prefab list back in, but I couldn't find the prefab, the compo pack 4.5 or 45, whatever it is, so I went to 46. I think that's what happened there. I think that fire station changed between 45 and 46. That's funny, I lost that, lost my vending machine. Oh well, not a big deal. And I still got vending machines elsewhere. It's just what I used to hit it every day on the way over to the base. But see, I still got plenty of food. I just made a bunch of tacos, which is why these cans are down. I still need the recipe for the, whatever it's called, tuna on toast or whatever. Yes, I just made these. Yeah, that's off. I gotta keep a little bit of all the different food. I eat meats too. And, if I'm putting food away, if I'm just a little bit hungry, I'll grab something like grab bacon and eggs. I'm just down a little bit, and while I'm here, just to top off. It's like I'll usually top off and drink while I'm here, just to keep my stack full on me. But it's now more forages are off. So okay, I'll let you go here. That'll give me a good little test and see how the new settings come out. All these are finished, right? Yep. I went up to 6,000 stacks on my concrete because I was just filling this up too quick. Same thing on my cement. You can see now these 1,000 stacks are starting to fill up to 6,000. I didn't want to run into having to use, 2 or 3 different crates. It's just aggravating, so I just increased the stack size. Starting to get a decent amount of bulletproof glass. I need to bring these stacks up to, I'll probably just bring them up to 1,000. Because I'm going to start, I need to have a lot more of those than I do before I really start building. I've hit I think I was making 900 paint or something like that. It makes 9,000. So I'm not going to need paint ever again, probably. Just kind of give you an idea of how inventory's going over here. I need to really start working on darts too. So I'm going to be using quite a few dart traps. I'm not exactly sure how many yet, but probably at least 20. So, dart production is going to have to kick up. See how much lead I go through. I just burned through lead and iron. Still got tons of clay. I've been making a lot of steel though. I got 4,000 sitting there. And I've been making a lot of iron too, which is translating into iron spikes. There's a couple thousand iron spikes, 2,500 almost, ready for use in the new base. But anyway, nothing new in here. Okay, I'll let you go here now. See you later.